Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, I team up with Beth Keating to make her delicious pumpkin thumbprint cookies. And I take a Christmas wreath workshop with Tara Fodor. But first, we go down to the Hollow at Yosteria. Heading back to his family's roots, Alex Zordich has opened Yosteria in Smoky Hollow, preserving one of the few houses that remains in the neighborhood. Classic Italian wines, pizza, and meats are served with old world hospitality. Stop by. You'll be treated like family. Well, I am here. It's Yosteria. Let's get that straight first of all. Alex Zordich's place down here in the Hollow. And I thought it was Hysteria. That's what I kept saying, Hysteria,
I don't mind either way.
But we like it, it's Yosteria. And this whole concept is based on your winemaking abilities.
Well, that's where it all stemmed. I mean, the wine definitely got me going on this crazy journey. And since I was a little kid making wine, I knew I wanted to make wine. And then as soon as I was done playing ball, doing the college thing, I went on a wine journey, went on Chase and Harvest. I was in New Zealand, I was in Italy. I was working and living in Napa Valley. And then I went back to Italy, working and living there for a few years, went back to Cali. But along the way, I was picking up on some food, and I found a passion for food as well. You know, just growing up Italian with the food.
Well, I think food and wine, I mean, you know, it's a marriage.
Exactly.
So you brought back your dough recipe.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
And like I said, along that journey, I just kind of found another itch to learn about that side of things. And I really dove in from what I knew growing up from my great-grandmother Butchie, but then also just kind of asking this person, asking that person, working at certain kitchens and working at bakeries in between work and class in Italy, and just kind of fine-tune my own recipe and favorite style pizzas that I like to make and bread, and then just kind of learning other dishes as well, and how Italy is regional. And we grew up,
a lot of difference,
huge, and that was just going there, you finally got to experience it. We grew up with Southern Italian recipes, and most of the people in Youngstown grew up with that. And they're my personal favorite, but there is so much out there.
Full disclosure, I grew up 2 doors down from Grandma Butchie. I mean, so I've experienced, you know, a lot of her food.
She's the
and
best.
Smoky Hollow, of course, was where she grew up. And I can remember coming down, you know, with Renee visiting, you know, Esther and everyone.
Yeah, that house was right here.
Right behind us.
It's now gone, but it was right there.
And I think it's really cool that, you know, you're back in Smoky Hollow.
Yeah.
Your total favorite, you say, is this one.
Yeah, so that varietal, Barbera, that is my absolute favorite varietal, because it just goes with everything. You could have it with a steak, you could have it with an easy dish, you could even have it with seafood, and then it pairs perfectly. Or on its own. It
does. I mean, it really is. It isn't a killer.
Yeah.
And then the Zin.
So the Zin is cool because I really fell in love with that, again, on my travels. The whole history of the Zin I just relate to. It originated from Croatia, and I'm Croatian as well.
That's right.
Then it traveled. It's wild. It traveled from Croatia to southern Italy, and then it went from southern Italy to California, and the taste and the style, it goes with all food. It's meant for the table.
Tell me about your labels. So this is where it all began, huh? With your great-grandpa.
When I was growing up, my grandfather in Pittsburgh would make the homemade wine. He was a Pecora. That's his grandfather. He was born in Salerno, Italy, and that was his label. So that's the original label right here of the homemade wine. And so I just did a little nod to him growing up with that. He started the whole passion for it all. So I knew that when I did my first label, I wanted to honor my grandfather and have him as my label. So that is my grandfather who got me into really the whole tradition of the winemaking, just family and the whole nine.
How do you like the hospitality end of it? Because it really can be a challenge, you know.
Oh,
do you like the, you know, hosting and the cooking
definitely.
and
I mean,
all that?
it's totally new to me. I mean, it really is. I didn't grow up with the restaurant background, and I don't know really anything about the restaurant background, but you just kind of learn as you go. It's just, I enjoy people that appreciate what this place is.
On the public days, what kind of casual food do you serve?
So mostly on public days, we serve our 5 staple pizzas, 12-inch pies. We do a margarita, sausage, pepperoni, Briar Hill, and Paisano. It's our white pizza with hot peppers and oil. And then we throw in our burger. I get the grass-fed beef from my brother who has a ranch out in Cadiz. So we use his stuff for you know, private dinners when we have the pork and the steak selections, and then we do the burgers. It's Italian style burger, real simple. And then some nights like tonight we're doing a wine dinner. So we have a wine flight, different my wines, but then also Mark Caramelli, local kid, he has a distribution business. He brings in great Italian wines.
Now, you bought this house, and it is my understanding from another one of your relatives, old Gino there, that it's haunted. Is this really? Are you haunted by ghosts?
See, that you ask the wrong family members, and they'll tell you everything. I lived here for 2 years. I miss living here. I loved it, and I mean, I don't know if some extra friends were around. I don't know, but I enjoyed the heck out of living here. So they have their stories, but I don't have any
Casper,
stories.
They're friendly. See, people don't want to leave. You know,
exactly. I think
obviously,
they appreciate what we're doing down here.
I think they do too.
Yeah.
And you know what? You didn't want to leave the hollow.
Exactly.
And I don't think some of your buddies in the house don't want to leave the hollow either.
Right.
Well, I'm telling you, this has been, you know, it looks great. And I mean, it's just going to continue to get better.
It's been fun. It really has been. I'm real glad that it was able to happen.
But no, I really think, you know, it's just going to go onward and upward.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming. Yeah, pleasure.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
I'm all about local, and my bank is Farmers National Bank. Farmers is the true hometown bank in the Mahoning Valley, standing strong for our local families and businesses since 1887. Farmers is also future-focused with a lab branch, interactive teller machines, and best-in-class mobile mortgage app. We've all learned the value of local relationships, businesses, and communities. Switch to Farmers.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
They fell in love with Benjamin Moore's Van Dusen Blue, but tried to match it using another brand's paint.
It'll grow on us, right?
Yeah.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Well, you remember the wig specialist, my girlfriend, Beth Keating from Yellow Brick Place? Something I didn't mention when we were there was what an incredible baker and cook she is. You really are good. No, really, I mean, it's professional. It is stunningly beautiful, everything you make, and it is delicious.
Thank you so much.
And you are not a professionally trained baker?
No, I am not. Just, I enjoy it.
Beth had made these, you know, with the fall upon us, and it is the pumpkin cheesecake thumbprints.
Yes.
For this recipe, you'll need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, plus more for sprinkling, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of unsalted butter softened, 2/3 cup of packed brown sugar, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla, and 1 cup of pumpkin puree. So we'll begin with the dry ingredients. We'll mix these all together.
We'll just mix that, yes, in here.
So we'll add the pumpkin pie spice. I added a little extra now.
Well, that's enough.
Because I'm a fan. And then the baking soda and the baking powder and the salt. Okay.
There we go, and we're gonna set this aside.
We've got the cup of butter in the bowl, and we're going to add the granulated sugar and the brown sugar, and we are going to beat these until they're fluffy. Okay, well this looks great, nice and creamy. So now the egg.
We'll add the puree. Tell them about the puree.
Yes,
too.
now we gotta make sure that, you know, when you go to the stores, especially this year, there is like a run on pumpkin. And you want the puree that is unseasoned. Just plain pumpkin.
Yeah, not the pie mix.
Not the pie mix, because you're adding all these flavors. You're adding the pie mix and the vanilla and the flavoring and the spices. So you don't really need to do that. Yeah, we don't want a big flour burst, right? So all the dry ingredients, we'll start at low, huh?
Yes.
All right, so this comes together really quickly. All right, I think that looks good, don't you? See how beautiful that is? Looky there. All right, so we'll get the baking sheets. I lined them with parchment, and we are gonna start scooping these down. And don't forget, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So at 350, we did 8 minutes. So we removed them, and now we gotta put the little indent in to make our little vessel.
The little well here for your things. And so you just press down in there.
Uh-huh. Oh,
and they just come right along. I found that using the back of one of the measuring spoons, and then it just depends on how much cream cheese you would like to put in there.
I say the more,
the
merrier. And then we'll put these back in for 7 more minutes. And then, while they're baking, we are going to make the cream cheese frosting. 2 cups of powdered sugar, yes. And then 4 tablespoons of soft butter and
4 ounces of softened cream cheese.
And then I'll put the... And I think that's good.
Oh my gosh, look at them. They're beautiful, and there's a little bit of a golden crust to them. So we've got to get these suckers cooled.
Yeah.
So we can, look at this. So I found this recipe, I think you're gonna love it. Hot rum coffee. This is enough for 4 cups. So Bill, you're getting a cup. This is 2 cups of hot coffee, the sugar, the cardamom, and fresh grated nutmeg. I'm gonna put it right in there. And then 1/2 cup, and I kind of put it on the oven a little, scalded it a little, the 1/2 and 1/2, and then we'll stir that up, okay? Ooh, Jelaine, this is yours. In each cup, they get 3 tablespoons of a dark or an amber rum. All right, so then we're gonna put it right there, because look, oh, I'm spilling it. This picture is not the most perfect picture. So there we go. All right, look at that, perfect for 4 cups. And then as a little embellishment, we're just gonna grate a little fresh chocolate on it. Look at that. She's a professional.
They look
They are
beautiful.
absolutely beautiful. Let's see.
They're as good as they look.
Thank
Honestly.
you. They are.
Look how easy that
Beautiful.
was.
Very good.
Isn't that
Very
delicious?
Delicious.
See, Bill, you're gonna enjoy this. Go to my website, caseymaloneshow.com. The recipe will be here for the frosting and the pumpkin cookies, the thumbprints, pumpkin cheesecake cookies, thumbprints, and for the rum. They're all gonna be there. And
Here's
Beth,
to us, and I'm
will
Beth.
you come
You're
back?
Beth.
I'd
So
love
happy
to.
to have
I'd
you.
Will
love
you come
to.
back and make another thing with me? Because
Surely.
she really, really is a great cook.
I'd love to.
Cheers.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Well, I am here with Rude the Dude from the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery. Change of season, that means updated menu.
Yes, we just came out with our new menu. We got some old favorites and twist on the new things. Our fall drink menu is out, coming soon also. But we got a lot of things going on with the change of the season here.
And what about football on Sundays? All these screens, this is a happening place.
Yes, we are now the home of the Youngstown Browns backers. We're open every Sunday from 12 to 8 with some great drink specials. So if you're a Browns fan, it's the place to be.
And don't forget, I hate to mention it, but the holidays are just around the corner.
Yep, right around the corner, and we have our catering season coming. So we have our banquet hall, holds up to 150, good for family Christmas parties, work Christmas parties. And if you can't come here, we can do the cooking for you and bring it to you.
Remember, always think about the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery for all your occasions.
Hit the road in the all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander from Boardman Mitsubishi. Drive one today starting at $26,995. Plus, get the confidence of an industry-leading 10-year warranty. The summer sales event at Boardman Mitsubishi. Going on now.
Donate now. GavaCamp has a generous family that will match every dollar you donate. Help us build a barrier-free educational camp for our friends with special needs. Visit our website or call for more details. Giving is living.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Is it time to update your color style? R&S Paint will assist you with your choice of over 3,400 Benjamin Moore colors. Vibrant, durable, and easy to apply. Be current, be stylish. Shop R&S Paint.
Christmas time is the heart of Photo Tree Farm, and John and Tara have expanded well beyond cut your own and pre-cut Christmas trees. Gorgeous wreaths and garland are also available. I snagged a spot at the Holiday Wreath Workshop and proved that I am still craft challenged. Okay, so here's how it works. You see, every station has a glue gun and a wreath. And then I'm picking out my ribbon, I'm picking out some of my accents, and then there's extra glue sticks. I am not really good with the glue stick or any of this, but I think this will make a nice wreath. And there's all kind of embellishments that we could go with. So, I don't know, we're gonna get started. She's gonna give us instructions.
Make your loop, but just kind of extend it through so it's longer, and then you're gonna gather it so it crimps together. Because basically you're gonna hold your center of your bow with two fingers, your thumb and your pointer finger. Twist it, and it helps you gather it and hold it here when you twist it. And then that's your first loop. Gather, pinch it. Twist.
Other side.
Yep.
I love you, Tara Photo.
Okay.
Okay, now what do you think of my final product?
It looks good.
Okay, you like it?
Yeah.
What are the elements here that you really like?
I love the combination that she did with the pine cone berry and status, kind of in a cluster. I do love that. We do that often in our wreaths, so.
I like the juxtaposition of all the natural elements and then the gold bow.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
you go from natural to a little zhuzhy.
A little bit of zhuzh.
I like it.
I love plaid though. I'm a plaid.
The plaid is very traditional.
Yeah.
But then again, you went a little different with the brown and the green. I like it.
Yes. Very good. Look how pretty.
All natural green.
Yeah.
It is very natural. I like the way the baby's breath brings out the white in here.
Uh-huh.
I like that. This is Dana's. All the way in from Niles. Beautiful job. Linda Lou, what did you think? Look at Linda. Gorgeous. Now, Shelly, I think it's simple.
I like simple.
But it's got a lot going on. You got the boxwood. No, she does. And I love the cluster, which is, and I love the bow. So my mother, Jelaine, and I are now looking for the perfect Christmas tree. And the other side of Team Photo is John Photo. So Tara does more of the decorations, but you are the soul. You bring the tree. How long has your family been in the tree business?
Well, it started with my dad back in the 60s. He started a little nursery and started planting these really as a hobby. And he was planting trees and selling Christmas trees. And he just said, hey, this is always fun money. This is how we bought the Christmas gifts, you know?
I mean, how many acres do you dedicate to Christmas trees?
Right now, about 4 to 5 acres. And we're expanding every year.
Do you give them the size and everything when they come?
Yeah, absolutely. So you got two options when you come. You could either get a pre-cut tree where it's already cut down, and we'll put a fresh cut on it, shake it, bale it. All you got to do is pick it out. If you want a field cut tree, we give you a saw, a measuring pole if you want. And this is one of those rules of thumb. The trees always look smaller outside.
Of course.
You know, and that's why I'm walking around with this right now. When you say, hey, this is a perfect 8-foot tree, and then you go and you look at it and you're
whoa.
Like, okay, we're over 9 foot tall.
Okay, yeah.
As much as it's a small little farm, it's still fun for people that live in suburbia. And I mean, you get to come out, you get a saw, and you get to cut it down.
Your own tree.
And that's what kids remember. You know, even my high school workers that are here now, they're like, man, I remember as a kid, I would cut and cut and cut on that tree, and my dad would have to take over. And those are the memories that people have, and that's what they want to pass on. They want to do with their kids, and that's part of the fun of it.
I mean, it is a Christmas tree farm.
Yes.
And other than flowers, I mean, you do an amazing job with the Christmas decor.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Christmas?
We love Christmas.
Absolutely.
And when do you shut it down and finally enjoy the season? Because you're all prepped, from Thanksgiving on.
Oh yeah, we started about 2 weeks ago, so it's full on until probably mid-December, usually around
mid-December.
like the 18th-ish.
And then you're kind of like, we're out of trees, we're done.
Closing up. Yeah.
What is one of your favorite traditions now that you have your lovely wife and 3 little ones?
Well, our tradition is our family breakfast on Christmas morning. So every year she gets up at the crack of dawn and she's down there.
Before the crack of dawn, yeah.
3, 4 in the morning, and she's making cinnamon roll dough and rolling out cinnamon rolls. So we wake up and there's just pie pan after pie pan loaded with cinnamon rolls.
Really?
It's a tradition my mom did when we were little, and now we've continued that on, and now we have our family come over whenever they can. Just pop over, have some breakfast, and
everyone in their
then
PJs.
You stick them in, and then everybody gets little fresh
cinnamon rolls, and we have casseroles and different things too. But
and ham.
Yeah, and
I
ham.
love ham.
And then do we take some time off January?
A little bit, yeah.
It's time for the photos to chill.
Yes. Yeah, between Christmas and New Year's is always fun for us because that's the week to unwind, to relax, and usually come January 1, we're typically headed south.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.